Hi everybody, it's Diana, and I'm here with another Teach Me Tuesdays video. This one will be really quick today, and I'm going to show you a fun card using the honeybee stamp set. Let me show you. Super cute. I just love this set. And what I've done is I have used the stamp set, which is in the spring mini catalog. So I've used the stamp set, but I've also used the DSP that you can earn for free for Sale-a-bration. So for every $50 before tax and shipping, you can pick the Golden Honey Specialty Designer Series paper, and then you can use them together. So I'm using them both today. So let me get on to the card. All right. What I've done is I have taken some Whisper White, and I'm just going to, we used to call it rock and roll, and it's just a technique to use a solid stamp, two different ink pads, and you're going to kind of get a two-toned effect to the stamp. So the colors I'm using are Daffodil Delight and the Mango Melody. So let me get those open and ready. I thought I already had them open, but I didn't. All right, so I'm going to stamp the beehive in the daffodil first. So I'm going to get that inked up really, really good. And then I'm going to roll it, kind of rock, like give this kind of motion. That's like the rock and the rolling to get the ink on the sides. So you want to not totally cover it because you still want to be able to see the daffodil. So but I'm just going to tap it, and I'm going to kind of roll my edges around, and that's going to put some dark. Now depending on how much you rolled it, you're going to have more or less. So let's see how I did. You don't know until you stamp it, right? Unless you're doing two totally different colors. So look how cool that is. You have the nice dark around the edges. Now if you don't want to do the rock and rolling, you can always use a finger dauber, and then after you stamp with a daffodil, you could just add your color that way. But this is just, you know, one less thing you have to clean up afterwards. Now if you're going to do a bunch of these cards, you want to make sure you clean off the stamp in between so that you're not getting the mango into the daffodil. All right? Okay, let me move that out of the way because I know I'm going to get my arm in it. All right, then what I would do is I would take it over to my die cutting machine, and I'm die cutting it out. So while I'm over there die cutting that out, I'm also going to die cut out some of the honeycomb, and that's from the die, so you have all these fun dies that it comes with. While I'm there, I'm also going to, on the back side of the striped DSP are these bees. So you can stamp it with the stamp set and color it, you know, as well. But I also wanted to use the designer series paper. So what I did was, so you can see the striped on the back, I just die cut out 3 little bees. I also stamped one of my greetings to celebrate every moment on some of the mango cardstock. And then I cut it out with the big bee because I wanted it just to have little bees, you know, flying around the honeycomb. But I still wanted to use the big bee. So that was kind of a fun way to use that shape. So let's go to the card and just quickly assemble it. It doesn't really take that long at all. All right, so let me get my pieces as I see my catalog sliding off the table. So if you hear a bang, that's what it was. All right, so I just cut a big strip of this because I had some pieces left over. You wouldn't necessarily have to waste all this, but see, this is where I got all the little bees. So I'm going to put my snail, and I'm just going to put it along this side. So see, I've wasted a bunch, but this was just, I need to earn that trip to the Caribbean, so I need to use a lot of paper. I'm kidding. But I do usually like to cut it a little longer. That way I can just trim my ends, and that way I know that my the paper has gone all the way to the end, and I don't have to be so careful when I glue it either. Like if I cut it just to the shape, then you just have to fiddle fart around with it a little more. So I always just do cut it a little bit longer. Okay, so now I have that. Then it's just the fun assembling. So I'm going to put my honeycomb up here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive here. This is going to get covered. And what that's going to do is just going to hold my honey in place. Then I'm going to take my honeycomb and I'm like going to put some dimensionals underneath it. And I just grabbed the black ones because they were handy. You could use the regular ones. I love that we still have the black dimensionals. So it comes with little baby ones and the big ones in the same pack. So they are a must for sure. All right, let me peel the little backs off of those. So these are fun too because these almost look like little honeycomb thingies too. All right, so then I'm going to put my beehive on here, and I'm just going to stick it here. And then I'm going to put my Celebrate down here, and I also want to use a couple dimensionals with that too. Now I don't want to leave my bees naked. I don't want to just leave them plain. I'm going to color them with my Stampin' Blend. So see how cute that is with that shape around it? It's very, very fun. Okay, so then I'm going to take my mango and my daffodil, the same colors that I used with my ink, and I'm also grabbing my light Pool Party and my dark Pool Party to color the wings. So I'm just going to quickly, it doesn't take long because I'm just brushing the color on really quick. Like that. So that was the light. You don't have to be perfect because I already have a little bit of a shadow on there just from the DSP. So then I'm going to put a little bit just on the edge. So it just has a little bit darker on the side. Then I'm going to take my daffodil and I'm just going to come from the edge like that. And again, I'm not being like perfect. And then I'm going to take my dark mango and I'm just going to tap a little bit right up next to the wing, just so it's darker along that side. And I am leaving that white spot in the center as a highlight because it does make a difference if you leave a little bit of a white when you're coloring, because that's just if you just look in nature too, right? Like when the sun hit things, there's like a lighter area. So you have, your little highlighted bees. Very, very cute. Very, very simple to color. Aren't they adorable? Oh my gosh. All right. And then I'm just going to start to assemble my card. So you can use glue dots, you can use your dimensionals. It just depends on what you brought over from the desk when you were setting up your table. And I see that I did not bring my dimensionals. My glue dots, so I'm going to use dimensionals. All right, so I just put a little dimensional on the back of each bee. So cute. And then they're going to fly around that honeycomb like that. So fun. And then you would just assemble that. There goes the catalog. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? It fell. All right. And then I would assemble to the card base like that. And then you have, ta-da, the finished card. Now this one I also put a little flower because you can also use the framelits to cut out flowers on the DSP too. So, but what is cool is if you don't get the DSP, don't fret because you just get the stamp set and then you can stamp color them as well. But I just wanted to use the DSP because it is so adorable. And you have that stripe here, right? So you do need it. But, all right, pop on over to my blog. I would love to know what you would like to see on my Teach Me Tuesday videos, or just any video in general. I've still been working on some of the cute peekaboo cards that I showed last week, and I have more of those coming, so hopefully you're not sick of those. So anyways, have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.